Here it is, folks. The Void speaks. This one could possibly be considered the dramatic climax of the story. It's both the end of Act 1 and the beginning of Act 2, with the clean section in the middle sort of acting as an intermission. It's a long song and will therefore have a long explanation, so let's jump into it. When we last left off, the protagonist was laying on his back, staring up into the black sky, ready to give up. The first few lines of the song are a reflection of what he's faced so far. Welcome to a broken man's demise, imminent destruction on the rise. Soon to be a withered shell, mourn for me as I descend into hell. Tormented by my delusions, performing abhorrent ablutions. That last line, performing abhorrent ablutions, is a direct reference to rivers in which he tries to drown himself. He's completely gone, not an ounce of will left in his being. The creatures who have followed him since the beginning of his journey can sense this, and they finally make themselves seen. Fix my gaze upon the sky. Wretched, writhing forms assault my eyes. The flock of demons comes crashing down from the sky, engulfing his body completely and bringing him up into their dark domain, the lightless void that is the atmosphere of this world. At this point, the protagonist has been pushed far beyond his limits. He's practically unable to feel anything at all. Despite the horrific situation he's in, there's no fear, there's no panic, just pure indifference. In this unfeeling state, he initiates a dialogue with his captors. Perhaps they can provide the answers he's been looking for. After all, they clearly belong to this place, and presumably they've been around much longer than he has. As far as the protagonist knows, these things have been around as long as time itself. Seething in the void, speak to me, humanoid. I seek deliverance. And one of the creatures comes forward, the largest of the swarm. Perhaps even their leader, if they have such a thing. It answers the protagonist, seemingly filled with contempt for him. Nameless, brainless, devoid of humanity. You have been cursed to live in chaos beneath me. Pitiful vermin, you squirm. Insignificant, you beg for death. Feasting on dirt like a worm, spineless and vile. Disgusting. Suddenly the creatures seem to multiply by the thousands, pouring out of the blackest reaches of the sky, reveling in this moment of triumph, and clearly enjoying the torment they're inflicting upon this man. The beasts take advantage of this one final opportunity to crush the spirit of the protagonist. They induce a trance-like state in which the protagonist sees everything that has transpired so far, as if he's reliving the immeasurable amount of time that he's spent in the hinterlands. He sees the impossible distances he's crossed, the mind-altering horrors he's encountered. He feels every injury he's sustained, every bump, every bruise, every broken bone. He lives through it all again. They show him an image of himself, and he sees what he looks like for the first time since he became a slave to the hinterlands. His face is twisted beyond recognition. His body is held together by who knows what. He hardly looks human at all. He snaps out of his trance, overwhelmed, but still unsatisfied. He asks once more, still seeking the answers that he desires. And once again, the beasts answer him. Here you lie, shattered and twisted. 10,000 years of horrid sickness. It hasn't necessarily been 10,000 years, but I just wanted to choose a big number, and 10,000 had a nice ring to it. Putrid, foul, undesirable, bathed in the stench of death. As they continue to berate him, he himself reflects on what has come to pass, including his past thoughts of being part of something important, and his recently extinguished Chosen One complex. He has a realization. What kind of ordinary man could endure all of this? Who could endure countless years of torture and still find the strength to stand? Whose will is strong enough to endlessly drag themselves through this hostile world in search of an elusive destination? And he thinks, mine is. I am that man. If I truly cannot be killed, and as long as I don't allow myself to be destroyed, then I am the Lord of this world. He responds to the creatures. Witness of a broken man's demise, imminent destruction has arrived. You have seen this withered shell stand unfaltering through hell as countless entities emerged from the void. Days turned into years, and years turned to eons. Burning my soul, you behold that the mold has been broken, and lo, I am home. Claiming my throne of utopian gold, be extolled, all shall know of my hold. And now we enter the clean section. By the way, I feel the term clean section to be kind of overused and outdated. Mainly because, at least for the music that I create, that Pete and I create, we want the entire song to be clean in terms of performance, in terms of production. So to say clean section is kind of doing a disservice to the rest of the song, in my opinion. Therefore, from this point on, I will be referring to all of our clean sections as creamy sections. I feel that's a much more appropriate description. Anyway, during the creamy section, the protagonist is once again forced into a trance. Only this time, it's not brought on by the demons. It's caused by other beings. Ones we actually haven't seen yet in the story, but they've been present. In fact, we've seen their effect all the way back in track 2, Hinterlands, when the protagonist first has these visions of the elusive Twisted City. He once again sees this massive cathedral and the carving of the inverted body at the top of the spire. And he knows that it is him. He sees a huge crowd of these withered beings who might have once been human, congregating in the middle of the cathedral and worshipping at his altar. He recognizes the place. He's been there before, and he knows without a doubt that this is where he needs to be. He is important. He is part of something much bigger, and there's no way he's going to quit now after coming so far. He feels the cold grip of the demons gripping his body, their rotted palms radiating malice. And suddenly, he feels a flame of anger growing within him, reigniting his will to continue onward. He is determined to fulfill his destiny and take his place as the ruler of this hellish land. By my command, open the door, escort me through gore, kill what I abhor forevermore and live in war. I am the one who will conquer this world, bringing both mercy and malice untold. Cower as these prophesied events unfold before your eyes. Fleeing from the void, insurmountable, the cosmic aberration is nigh. Seething in the void, cease to be humanoid, I am deliverance. With this newfound strength, he rips himself from the grasp of the demons and crashes down to the land below. That's it for this song. Next week we go through track 6, Summit, in which the protagonist finally receives the answers he's been looking for, and all is made clear. I'll see you then.